Is your Samsung phone still waiting on that One UI 7 update? You're not alone. But there's some good news. Samsung has officially begun rolling out the One UI 7 update to more users around the world. After starting the rollout earlier this week in South Korea, the update is now making its way to Europe and the United States too. This means a lot of Galaxy users can finally see that long-awaited update notification anytime now. As of now, the rollout has started with the Galaxy S24 series. That includes the Galaxy S24, S24 Plus, and S24 Ultra. If you've owned one of these, make sure your phone is charged and connected to Wi-Fi because the update could land on your device at any moment. Samsung has confirmed that users in the United States will start receiving it today, right alongside users in Europe. But the rollout doesn't stop there. Samsung is expected to bring the One UI 7 update to the Galaxy Z Flip 6 and Galaxy Z Fold 6 very soon, possibly within days. For users with older devices or other eligible models, the update might take a little longer. That's pretty standard for Samsung. They usually start with their latest flagship models and slowly expand the rollout over the next few weeks. So if your phone hasn't received it yet, don't worry, it's coming. Now, what can you expect once One UI 7 hits your device? This update isn't just a small tweak or a simple patch. Samsung has actually made some real improvements this time. The whole look of the interface has been updated. It feels more modern, cleaner, and easier to navigate. There's also more room for personalizing how your phone looks and works, which means you can really make it feel like it's yours. One of the standout features in this update is something called the Now bar. It's a smart tool that changes based on how you're using your phone. If you're watching videos, scrolling social media, or messaging someone, the Now bar adjusts to give you quicker access to the features you're likely to need at that time. It's a small touch, but it makes daily phone use feel smoother and more efficient. Widgets are also getting a big refresh. With One UI 7, Samsung is giving users more options, better styles, and easier ways to manage them. If you like having your calendar, weather, or other useful info on your home screen, you're probably going to appreciate these changes. On top of that, Samsung has added several artificial intelligence features to help make everyday tasks easier. With smarter autocorrections, better suggestions while typing, and helpful photo editing tools, the AI updates are designed to save you time and effort, not just look impressive. These features aim to work quietly in the background and give you a more helpful, less frustrating experience. If you're using a Galaxy S24 model, the update might already be downloading in the background. And if you're using another eligible phone, it should be arriving soon. Samsung tends to move pretty quickly once they start, so the wait shouldn't be too long. Overall, One UI 7 feels like a solid update that brings real changes, not just small fixes. With a better design, more useful tools, and smarter features, Samsung seems to be taking steps to make the user experience more polished and personal. Have you received the One UI 7 update yet? If so, what do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more tech updates, tips, and reviews. What's really going on with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7's camera? Is it actually getting better, or are we just looking at a bigger bump for show? There's been a lot of talk recently about the next Galaxy Z Fold phone, especially because of leaks hinting at a noticeable change in the rear camera setup. A well-known source revealed that the Fold 7 might have a slightly larger camera bump compared to the Fold 6. Naturally, when people hear that, they assume it means a better camera. And this time, that assumption might actually be right. The most exciting leak so far points to a major upgrade for the main rear camera. The Fold 7 is rumored to come with a 200 megapixel sensor, a big step up from the 50 megapixels won in last year's model. That's a pretty serious boost. If this turns out to be true, it could mark the biggest camera improvement the Fold series has seen. It could help the Fold 7 finally close the gap between foldable phones and traditional flagships when it comes to photography. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. The larger camera bump could simply be because of the upgraded sensor. From the outside, the difference might not even be that noticeable unless you compare both phones side by side. It's possible that only tech fans or reviewers with measuring tools would be able to spot the change right away. Now, while the Fold 7 is shaping up to have a much stronger camera, it's not expected to take the crown from the Galaxy S25 Ultra. That phone is still Samsung's top performer when it comes to camera features and image quality. So even though the Fold 7 is improving, it might not reach the same level of detail, clarity, or versatility as the S25 Ultra. Still, a 200 megapixel sensor is more than enough for most people. Whether you're snapping photos in daylight, in low light, or shooting videos, you'll probably be more than happy with the results. Camera aside, the Fold 7 isn't slacking in performance either. It's expected to be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, sometimes called the Elite chip. That's the same chip that powers Samsung's latest S-series flagship. What this means is the Fold 7 won't just be about new looks or upgraded cameras. It'll also be incredibly fast and responsive,
perfect for gaming, streaming, multitasking, or anything else you throw at it. Some people might worry about the camera bump making the phone wobble on flat surfaces. But honestly, how often do we use our phones lying flat? Most of us use cases anyway, or we're holding the phone in our hands. A slight bump isn't really a big deal. In fact, compared to what some other brands are planning, like Apple's rumored new camera design for the iPhone 17, it might end up looking pretty simple. Apple is reportedly going for a larger, more visible camera area on the back, something more like what we've seen from Google Pixel phones. So in that sense, Samsung's design still seems pretty clean. At the end of the day, most users care less about how small a bump is and more about how the phone performs. That's where the Fold 7 really shines. With a better camera, top-tier processor, and Samsung's steady improvements to durability and software, this could be one of the best foldables we've seen yet. It's not just about folding screens anymore. It's about giving users a full flagship experience with zero compromises. So while the camera bump might be a little bigger, it looks like that extra size is being used in a smart way to deliver better photos and stronger performance. And if that's the trade-off, most people won't mind one bit. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any more updates.
Have you ever noticed how people react to new iPhone leaks? It's like they get a sneak peek at something and suddenly everyone's got an opinion, especially when it comes to design. That's what's happening right now with the iPhone 17 Pro. Recently, some renders surfaced online, showing a design with a black camera bar across the back of the phone. This sparked a lot of strong reactions, and many fans didn't hold back in sharing their thoughts. Some even said the design made them feel uneasy. But here's the thing. Those images aren't the final version of what Apple is planning. According to Mark Gurman from Bloomberg, who has a pretty good track record when it comes to Apple rumors, the design in those leaks isn't exactly what the iPhone 17 Pro will look like. So what's going on with these leaks? The main issue is the two-tone design that the renders showed. In the images, you see a silver back with a striking black camera bar at the top, and it's been getting a lot of attention, most of it negative. But Gurman, who has reliable sources within Apple, says the final design will look quite different. So, what will the iPhone 17 Pro actually look like? Apple is indeed planning a horizontal camera bar, but this won't look like the two-tone black bar we saw in the leaks. Gurman explains that the camera section will still be arranged in the same triangular layout that we've been seeing since the iPhone 11 Pro. While the shape of the camera section may change a little, the overall design will feel familiar. The most important part of this new design is that the camera bar will match the color of the rest of the phone. For example, if you buy a blue or silver iPhone 17 Pro, the camera bar will be the same color as the back of the phone, not a contrasting black strip. Now it's important to note that the front of the iPhone 17 Pro is going to look very similar to the current iPhone 16 Pro, so if you're expecting a major redesign, that won't be happening just yet. In fact, Gurman suggests that any major changes to the iPhone's design will likely be saved for the iPhone 20, which is expected in 2027. This is supposed to mark the 20th anniversary of the iPhone, and Apple might use this milestone to introduce a fresh new look. If you think about it, the last major redesign we saw was back in 2017 with the iPhone X. That's when Apple introduced the edge-to-edge display, Face ID, and removed the home button. It was a huge shift in how iPhones looked and functioned, so it makes sense that Apple would want to do something special for the 20th anniversary. Another rumor that's been circulating is the idea that the iPhone 17 Air might be Apple's first portless iPhone. That would mean no charging port at all, just wireless charging and wireless data transfer. But it looks like Apple is putting this idea on hold for now. If they do go portless, it might be part of that big redesign they're planning for the iPhone 20. There's no need to stress about those iPhone 17 Pro renders making the rounds online. The camera bar is changing, but it won't look like the mismatched two-tone design shown in the leaks. Apple seems to be keeping things pretty safe with this release. But if you're waiting for something major, it looks like we might have to wait until the iPhone 20 for that big redesign. If you enjoyed this update, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more news like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.